Hello dear friends and welcome to another module of educational technology. Today I am going to talk about barriers to classroom communication. For a brief introduction of the topic, communication refers to a two-way process of sharing feelings, ideas, thoughts, information and opinions as messages with others through proper channel or media. Its accomplishment is acknowledged through the feedback from receiver's end. Learning in classroom occurs through communication between teachers and students and among students. They communicate in order to achieve the desired learning objectives effectively and efficiently. The quality of learning and instruction in classroom is closely linked with the communication taking place there. As language is a tool and means of communication, it works as a relationship builder among the members of classroom. The effectiveness of classroom communication is dependent upon the factors related to its each and every element such as sender, receiver, message, media, classroom environment and feedback. These factors might be proved responsible for facilitating as well as creating barriers in the classroom. These elements determine the quality of communication. A problem in any element can reduce the effectiveness of communication. So, a teacher needs to know about these barriers and its strategies in order to maximize the elements with positive effects and minimize the hindering elements for effective classroom communication, which results in fruitful and meaningful learning and teaching. Now we will see what are the different barriers to classroom communication. Before giving these points, I want you to take your pen and paper and write down at least 3 points related to barriers to classroom communication. And at the end of the discussion, you can match whether your answers are correct or not. In any classroom, teachers serve as senders who communicate ideas, information, and instruction in a variety of ways through different verbal and non-verbal means. The quality of communication is responsible for generating a positive environment in the classroom. The communication is said to be successful when its purpose is achieved, learning is made easier and faster, opportunities are emerging, students and teachers are connected, and the positive perceptions are present. Successful communication follows its principles such as principle of clarity, integrity, attention, consistency, adequacy, timeliness, feedback, and proper network. By following these principles, classroom communication is created to be effective. It remains effective if messages are not distorted during the communication process, and it serves the purposes for which it was designed. When the desired outcome is not achieved, teachers need to identify the factors acting as obstacles or creating barriers in this process. These barriers distort the message at any stage in the communication process. The identification should be followed by appropriate measures to overcome them. There are several barriers to communication in classroom which are given in the following manner. First, physical barriers. Classroom is a place of learning where a teacher achieves his or her objectives effectively if interaction with students is done successfully in a physically comforting environment. In classrooms, noise from different sources, invisibility, inaudibility, environmental and physical discomfort, distractions, lack of arrangement for lighting, seating, and acoustics can be considered as the physical barriers to classroom communication. Improper functioning of the media selected for communication can also be a barrier. Media become vehicle of sending messages. If it is not selected according to the context and condition of students and purposes of communication. It will affect the clarity and understanding of the message. After physical barriers, we have language barriers. Language is the means of communication or interaction in the classroom. If proper physical environment is provided in the classroom, but teachers' language use is not at all effective in delivering the message, communication tends to fail here. Teachers' use of excessive verbalism, verbosity, and unclear symbols or graphics, and improper body language, along with students' language incompetence, poor receptive abilities, poor listening skill, lack of comprehension, wide gap between the teachers' and students' language, etc. are language barriers to classroom communication related to senders, receivers, and the quality of media. Next, we have psychosocial barriers. The psychological barriers might originate from receiver as well as from sender's psychological state of mind. Prejudice, disinterest, inattention, emotions, redundancy, daydreaming, confusion, unrewarding experience, feeling of anxiety, poor physical health or illness, lack of motivation, dissatisfaction, poor cognitive abilities, and unfulfilled curiosity are psychological factors that affect classroom communication to the large extent. Imperception or selective perception is also a barrier to effective communication. It is said to be the foundation of learning, basic of thinking, and attitude formation. Our sensory mechanism helps in perception, which works as means to learning. Lack of perception abilities lead to ineffective communication. The social barriers are associated with the background of students and teachers, including their prior knowledge and understanding, cultural background, socio-economic background, tradition, etc. Cultural biases and prejudices serve as barrier to communication. Lack of commonness among teachers and students leads to ineffective communication. Teachers send the messages in an encoded form which need to be decoded by students as receivers. The process smoothly occurs if there lies commonness among both the ends. The greater the degree of commonness existing, the better the communication system will function. After knowing barriers to classroom communication, we need to know what are the different strategies to overcome these barriers. Communication is not only used by teachers for imparting content knowledge, but also for classroom management and other informal interactions. It is important for generating students' attention, interest, motivation, and active involvement in teaching learning process. Overcoming these barriers of communication in classroom implies considerable amount of strategies to be adopted and implemented by teachers. The strategies for overcoming these barriers are given in the following ways. As we first discussed about physical barriers through classroom communication, we will first see the strategies to overcome these barriers. The first is, a teacher should adjust the classroom environment by arranging proper system of lighting and acoustic, etc. Second, make appropriate seating arrangement. Third, select properly the channels or media according to the quality of message and purpose of communication. Next, ensure audibility and visibility in classroom. Next, minimize the visual and oral distractions. Next, provide environmental comfort. Now we have to see what are the strategies to overcome language barriers. Here, first, a teacher should assess his or her own communication skills and knowledge of the content. A teacher needs to know about each student's communication, including their reading and writing characteristics and language receptive abilities. According to Johnson, the teachers must understand the nature of language and dialect difference and must be able to reach the child's level of understanding. Next, use judicious mix of verbal and non-verbal means as enhancers of communication. Next, promote active listening and use simple language and less verbalism for explanation. Next, explain and use graphics symbols. Employ different methods and strategies and tactics of communication. Use audio-visual resources and multimedia effectively. Take feedback measures as frequently as possible. Now, strategies to overcome psychosocial barriers. The first point is, a teacher should make learners attentive and motivated for learning. During the class, teachers should create situations that stimulate students to take part actively in the teaching-learning process. Use interesting audio-visual materials to generate students' interest in the topic. A teacher should use technology to support communication. There are varieties of students in a single classroom, so variety of media use will surely enhance the effectiveness of communication. If a teacher uses multimedia for teaching and learning, he or she can avoid verbalism in classroom. Ideally, learners should have available combinations of audio-visual experiences, such as usage of available materials, help to establish a more common background of experiences among the learners. Select and modify content material and make it relevant according to the needs, interest and socio-economic background of learners and present it in new and innovative manner. Their prior knowledge must be kept into consideration. Use various teaching skills during teaching-learning processes. Use feedback processes. Reduce mutual conflict and tension. Create fear-free environment where students feel free to interact with their teachers and with each other. Provide opportunities for active participation of students in teaching-learning process. Psychological barriers can be removed through teaching strategies such as group discussion, role play, small group activities, etc. and provide assistance and facilitate learning. The concluding remark from the analysis of these discussed points is that effectiveness of classroom teaching and learning mostly depends upon the quality and quantity of communication taking place through different media or channels. Effective communication is fundamental element of good learning. This communication gets hindered by physical, psychosocial and language barriers linked to one or more elements of communication cycle. A teacher needs to identify barriers in his or her classroom and should try to implement different strategies to overcome the identified barriers. The key person controlling classroom communication is the teacher. Only by wise and correct use of a variety of audio-visual materials and techniques can the teacher hope to overcome barriers to communication. These barriers distort the quality of messages sent and received. So, every effort should be made to reduce their impact on communication process. Successful communication in classroom is achieved through minimization and elimination of barriers to the highest level. Thank you.